G'day punters, welcome to Victims of the Punts Friday morning. We're here to preview the quaddie legs of Randwick. We're not going to go through the whole of the 10 race card because Mark Shean, just regarding the weather, there looks like there's a little bit of rain around.
Yeah, the radar looks like the rain is heading our way as predicted. I think they were tipping rain on Saturday also, so we're probably dealing with a heavy track, slow to start with, and rain on the way.
Okay, and we had the first of the Midways last week. How did you find that event, or was it more a non-event on the card there at Rosehill?
No, well, I think the favourite one there, Ambalage Miss, who's owned by the chairman of Racing New South Wales. So he got off to a good start.
Well, something for the battlers there. Mark Rhoden, you've had a good week so far, taking a bit of momentum into Randwick there, and you've also got Newcastle there on Saturday.
Yeah, had some near misses too. Could have been a huge week.
Yeah.
About 5 seconds. Grafton saved the day. A couple of good winners at Grafton. But yes, we'll certainly be looking for the wet trackers tomorrow by the look of it.
Okay, well, let's have a look at this Midway because it's the first leg of the quaddie in race 7. Bazooka's first emergency, but it's favourite at the moment. Best available around the $3.90 mark. Royal Banquet $4.40. Zorro Cat at $5. Jamara $7. And then Ashim $9 or so. It's pretty even market. Mark Shean, anything take your fancy there in the Midway?
I thought one had a bit of value, Cuban Royal, actually. I don't think it had a great deal of luck behind Madam Legend. Just got in a sticky spot coming around the turn. Thought it hit the line quite well. I think that's a pretty strong race, actually, and does have some good heavy form. Brock Bryan takes 2 kilos off its back. Thought it was a bit of value. I think it's a pretty open race, though, but Cuban Royale for me. Bazooka, look, he's got good heavy form, but he doesn't win out of turn. Just got a bit out-sprinted there last week when Tycoonist dominated the race in front, and he had to come down the outside. Zorro Cat's another one who should be up on speed. Probably would be better suited at 1200, I feel, but has been racing consistently and has been placed on slow ground. So I just went a little bit wide here. Cuban Royale at a bit of value.
Okay, Mark Rhoden, what are you doing with this first leg of the quaddie?
Firstly, just to get on the soapbox for 10 seconds, this is a classic example of why fair deduction should be taken for emergencies. Bazooka, the favourite, is an emergency. If it gets a run, and its first emergency, it more than likely will get a run. Say you're backing Royal Banquet at $4.40, then Bazooka gets a run. Not only do you have to beat Bazooka, the price of Royal Banquet will drift as well. So it's bullshit. The way Sportsbet do it is the only fair way, in my opinion. But anyway, that's enough of that. Yeah, I've found 2 at odds to spec here, assuming it's in the 9-10 range. Not Faint-Hearted is a dead set 9-10 tracker and has done it at this track as well. You did see midwinter last year when we copped some 9s and 10s at Randwick. They were starting to head to the outside fence on 1 or 2 occasions. I'm not 100% sure that's going to be the case tomorrow, but if it is, that'll certainly make life easier for Not Faint-Hearted, who's drawn quite wide. And the other one was the one Mark mentioned, Cuban Royale. That race in general, that Madam Legend one, I'm a bit of a fan of. So, yeah, plenty of ways you could go here, but Not Faint-Hearted, the real wet tracker. Cuban Royale, okay on heavy, and just like before, Mark.
Okay. Race 8 is the Winter Stakes over 1400. It's a listed race and looks a pretty interesting race on paper as well. Ruby Saki's favourite at $4 from Bandersnatch at $6. Riodini's at 10. So is Ziegfeld, and Tricky Gal with Count of Monte Cristo at order again. They're all just sitting around that same price there. Mark Shean, it's pretty congested if you don't like Ruby Saki.
Yeah, look, this is a tough race. I think Ruby Saki's been a touch disappointing its last couple of runs to my eye. I don't follow Melbourne form all that much, I've got to say, but she's just not winning like she used to. I think she won about 7 out of 8 there at one stage as a 3-year-old. Just hasn't converted that. So I know she's unbeaten in Sydney and has got a very good win on heavy ground at Warwick Farm. Looks short enough to me. I thought Tricky Gal had a chance here, number 7. I didn't really like Bandersnatch. I think he got all favours the other day, and heavy at Randwick's a little bit different proposition. The other one that I thought had a chance was Legay Soleil, who has been freshened up, has very good wet form, but it is usually a back marker, so they'd have to be running on. So in a tricky race, I thought Tricky Hour was a bit of value and let from Legay Soleil. So I didn't like Bandersnatch and thought Ruby Saki was short enough as well.
Okay, so a few angles there. Mark Rhoden, what are your thoughts here in the Winter Stakes?
There certainly are plenty of ways you can go here. I tend to agree that Ruby Saki is a bit short, so I'm looking around her. And I'm going to stick with my system, the Golden Switch system, number 3, Count of Monte Cristo, J. McDonald on. Look, he was a massive odds the other day at a trip that looked too short for him. I will say, there's not many horses come from Singapore and dominate over here, but look, he ran well over 1100, which, as I said, I think was too short for him. McDonald hops on and he's up in trip. That was on softish ground or wet ground. I think he can run well at 950 in a race with a stack of chances. But yeah, I thought at 950 he was a decent bet.
I didn't. I was just going to mention. Sorry, Mark. That horse didn't look right first up. He looked like he had a lot of improvement and sweated up. So I think he could only go forward from that run the other day. I suppose there's a question mark over him on heavy ground, but as Mark said, he did get through the slow okay behind Adelon. But he had a lot of improvement from the yard the other day. That's
another positive.
From memory, he was running around in group races in Singapore, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. There you go. Race 9 on the card is over 1,200 metres, and Frosty Rocks is equal favourite with I Am Power just ahead of Madame Legend. They're all $4.80 to $5. So's Ventura Ocean, so there's basically 4 equal favourites there. And then you're up to double figures for Zakat and Barbaric. Mark Shean, race 9. Any thoughts?
Look, I was dirty. I wasn't on Madam Legend the other day. I knocked up backing it last time in after it had trialled brilliantly and had trialled brilliantly again this time in. But she just didn't come up last preparation. But I thought that was an outstanding win first up. Came from back off the speed and 3 wide, which didn't seem to be the pattern of the day. Brock Ryan takes 2 kilos off, gets in here with only 53. So I think she can do it again. She's won on a heavy track on the Kensington, been placed on wet ground as well, so on slow ground as well. So I think she sets up nicely. I think I Am Power is the danger. He trialled well on the heavy, but we are guessing a little bit with this track. He hasn't raced on it yet, but he went okay at Gosford on slow ground. So just a bit of a worry. He's got synthetic hoof filler and 7 weeks between runs. But that was a very good trial. I think Frosty Rocks is short enough and Ventura Ocean's got no wet form and looks to be up in class to me. So I think Madam Legend can do it again.
Okay, sounds good. Mark Rhoden.
I agree. As mentioned in the race before, I think this is going to be a good form race that Madam Legend won the other day. She sprinted very quickly. It was a very, very good win. She's done it on... probably not a track as wet as this, but she's handled affected ground before. Look, she might be flat second up. That was certainly argue that was a first up peak. But, as I've said before in this sort of circumstance, if you're getting some sort of price, the 650 yesterday, that was certainly very backable. But even 480, it's not like she's going around at odds on or even money or anything. She's backable odds, and she only has to run up to that to be winning again, I think. I went looking for Ventura Ocean because it's J. McDonald on, but even with that big bias of mine and the big tick, I couldn't quite get in there to $5. So, I thought Frosty Rocks will probably, even though it's 1,200, probably leads, gives us sights. And I Am Power. The other one, as the market suggests, but I'm quite keen on Madame Legend.
Just having a cursory glance at Madame Legend's first up performance there in Punting Form's data. Very slow tempo, but was able to beat the class benchmark, which is always a very good indication that the horse has returned in some sort of strong form, and you can certainly follow that, if not second up, it's certainly third up as well. Okay, that brings us to the last. Benchmark 78, race 10 over 1,400 metres. Again, almost joint favourites here with Offshore and Blondeau, around 460, 480. Best available, Catalan, 550. 550.
Number 5.
Number 5 is 550. $7. Ulysses is 9, and double figures for the rest. Mark Shean, anything in the last?
No, I hope I'm winning coming to the last. It's a bit of a head scratcher for me. There's look, the best wet trackers are probably Matto Tapi and Offshore. Offshore's only a light type though, so I think it'll a lot depend on how he parades. He's backing up reasonably quickly. Blondo just got in a dreadful spot the other day, and I think Randwick's probably going to suit him a little bit better. Catlin will head scratch if she's going to even run, but she got worked up the other day, and I suppose still a question mark over her on wet ground. Hope I'm winning coming to the last, but just for the record, 9 Offshore, but don't want to have a bet.
Okay. Mark Rhoden, anything for yourself?
Yeah, a bit the same. I was on Offshore at Warwick Farm. I thought Matter was actually more or less better on its merits. They're both stablemates, but in form. The stable's in great form too, and they both handle the wet. I think they're both good chances. Looking at the price differential, I could entertain a bit on Matter at me, but I do have them pretty even. Blondo's got the figures as always, but we're sick of him, aren't we? And yeah, apart from that, I don't have any major differences from the market. Matter at me, for a small bet, for something to do, would be my only play, I think, but it's not a race to rip into.
Yeah, you did mention Bjorn Baker there. 20 of the last 100 and 12 of the last 50, going at 47.3% profit on turnover on the last 100 runners. So,
absolutely,
as I said, airborne. That brings us to the end. I'll get your best bets, value bets, any lay bets you put, considering at this stage on Friday morning. Mark Shean, I'll start with you.
Well, I thought Madam Legend would be hard to beat. I think in race 2, All in This Together is a very progressive filly. Did beat a walker at Gosford, but lovely type and on the improve. So I thought it had a good chance, and I'm going to have something on Lancaster Bomber in race number 6. So I didn't think it was a great ride the other day, and I think with the claim for Tom Sherry, he'll be hard to beat in race number 6, but we'll just have to see how the track plays with that rail out 6 when the rain comes.
Okay. Mark Rhoden, for yourself.
Yep, I'll double up on Madam Legend. Just shut the eyes and hope she's not second up and gets the job done again. And, Count of Monte Cristo, Joe McDonald on at nearly $10 is just an auto bet for me.
All right. Sounds fantastic. Plenty of racing going on there at Randwick. Best of luck to you both. We'll catch up next week to preview next Saturday's meeting. But until then, go well, guys.
Thanks, Pete.